We're about to make sour pickles today with a very popular pickled cucumber called Northern Pickling. It keeps itself small for a long time and very crunchy. And as you can see, I love interplanting with other vegetables just because the cucumbers take a while to get going. So we've got lettuce and we've got many different kinds. There's one for the Polish deli pickle. There, got a little bit too big. That'll be in tonight's salad. But generally, Northern Pickling produces multiples, as you can see. So we're starting to get our cucumber pickle flow happening right now. So we've got enough today, and we'll go up and start the brining process with the other produce that I picked already. Our freshly picked and washed cucumbers. I did bring up some grape leaves, and I also have as a choice for leaves in this batch of natural ferment is horseradish leaves. So these all contain tannins, which will actually inhibit the enzymes which are in cucumbers from going soft, so it keeps them crunchy. Dill, of course, we always want lots of dill in there, and our own garlic. So this is a silver skin garlic, and well water. If you're on city water and you have chlorine, it's recommended that you boil your water and then you let it sit overnight to come to room temperature, so you're helping evaporate some of the chlorine out of there. Chlorine's thought to inhibit some of the enzymes. I use natural sea salt. This is a medium to fine grade. It has iodine in it. So that is all you actually basically need. So like a cooking show, we have some that are already fermented. This was started on July 4th, and this is well on its way for souring, which is the same as sauerkraut. So you can see this cloudy liquid that's in the jar. This is a liter jar, and it has 5 cucumbers in it. This is actually what you want to see. This is the natural fermenting process already started. These are natural enzymes in here. They're the ones where you think there's vinegar in there, but it's actually the enzymes that are acting, the ascorbic acid, so the sour is coming from that. Very beneficial to drink this if you have upset stomach, eating disorder, anything like that. Drinking this pickle water, very, very beneficial. This is also ferment pickle, but it's actually made with kohlrabi. So same principle. The vegetable was peeled. We put in horseradish. There's some garlic floating around in there, water from the well, and sea salt. So that's about a tablespoon of salt in that liter, and about a tablespoon and maybe a little bit more to taste in the pickles. This has actually started to become a sour vegetable as well. You can do this because it's in the brassica family, so it's related to cabbage and broccoli, but kohlrabi, being a solid vegetable, once peeled, has this beautiful inner core that makes a really great pickle. So I'll continue on. The garlic is just given a couple of slices open, and that releases a lot of those great flavors and oils. The dill, taking off some of the stalk and just packing a jar full of fresh dill, as we call it in the gardening world, dill weed. The horseradish actually has the flavor of horseradish in the leaves. It's much more pungent than grape leaves. So I actually prefer using horseradish leaves because that actually adds another dimension to the pickles. So, and then it's just a matter of, I already washed my hands, and the pickles have been washed, the jars have been washed, and what you're trying to do is maximize your pickles, and there's going to be varying degrees of ferment. So a larger field would have more pickles of the same variety size. So what you'll end up doing with a pickle jar like this is opening that up when you start to see that cloudy ferment starting, and you'll be eating the smaller pickles first. They'll go softer first. This one, as I said, is from the deli, so that's not going in. Too large for this batch. So this is basically not an exact science. So it's a rounded or a heaping teaspoon of salt in there. And then, like I say, I like them a little bit saltier. Not enough salt, and the action of fermenting won't happen. And too much salt, and you inhibit all of that natural fermenting lactic acid from developing. Completely covering your pickles. Because they're staying so wedged finely in this jar, we're not having to put a weight on there. But a jar this size, this is a 2-liter jar, you could actually fill a plastic zip bag with salt water, actually let it sit on top of there, so that would force, if there was pickles floating, you could actually use that. The reason you use a pickle or a brine in the bag is in case there's a leak. You're not getting too much water into your pickle brine, but it actually works as a weight to suppress. Also, if you have one of the smaller canning jars that fits in there, that would actually work as well as a weight. And then basically it's seal it up, label them, all about labeling. So the date, what is actually in there, and that gives you a rough idea as when your pickling process started, but also when they're ready and compared to next year's season. And that's about it for sour pickles.
When are they ready to eat, Mark?
Well, the cloudiness has already started, so we're actually smelling this right now. And I think we can have a little sample.
Yes, crunch into it. Get that
Just-
crunchy sound.
Just excuse my fingers on camera. We're just going to give it some flavor sampling, and I'll hold it out for the cameraman.
Oh, thank you very much.
When
And
were
the
these made?
director. These were started on July the 4th. Not that far away.
Delicious.
So we're getting the sour, we're getting the salt, we're getting the dill, we're getting the horseradish, the garlic, all for free. Sour, no vinegar.
All we need is a smoked meat sandwich.
That's right.
Delicious.
Unless you're vegan.
Well,
Congratulations on
Thanks,
your
Mark.
next tanning adventure.
thanks, Mark.